Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Recruiters with No Limits. Always live and never scripted. I'm here with my sidekick and co-host, John Ruffini. What's up, Johnny?
Good afternoon, sir.
Brother, it is summertime. You know that. Officially, it is summer, man.
Officially, yesterday was the first day of summer.
You know it. And I got to tell you something real quick, guys, before we bring Lindsay on, is I wear a tank top to work these days and flip-flops. Is that okay? Is that appropriate dress?
Richard, you know, again, I tell you this, and you can afford to wear a tank top because you've got the gun show to merit the tank top, you know.
Being humble now.
For the rest of us, a T-shirt works just fine.
Hey, you know what? I always tell people when you dress for an interview and stuff like that, just be comfortable, but don't be too comfortable. Simple as that. All righty, so let's just bring our guest on. I mean, she's full of energy and ready to rock and roll. Lindsay Ledbetter from, you know who, Staffords Personnel Services. What's up, Lindsay?
Hello. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
From the heart of Texas, right?
Yes, sir. Dallas, Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas, Johnny, right?
That's what they say.
Very true.
You got it. So, Lindsay, before we even deep dive into our conversation, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's going on your side of the woods?
Awesome. Yeah. So my name's Lindsay Ledbetter. I'm the regional sales manager here with Staffords. I'm also over Central Texas. So we are just grinding away. I have a full team here. And we've just been super passionate about what we do and excited to be here today.
From a sales perspective, Lindsay, how's the market post-COVID as far as, you know, compare it like pre-COVID, during COVID, post-COVID? What are you seeing out there right now?
It's a huge change. Actually, I honestly think within the past few months, we've seen a huge improvement in the market. Very happy to see that our lobbies are starting to get full again. People are coming back in looking for jobs. So that's exciting. The market definitely from COVID, I never want to repeat that again. That was horrible. Oh my gosh, I'm done. And even it's changed everything from just the candidate's perspective to the client's perspective to even us as, you know, being consultants and in sales. Like it's had us have to change up our game a little bit too, just to say, educating everybody on what they need to do as far as like pay rates now and just all that good stuff, you know?
How much of your work is being done in person again versus virtual?
We are 100% in person. We have
all
always
right.
been that way. Staffords, I can say I'm so proud that we have been with a company that we were essential. We were still here. All of our doors were open through COVID. After COVID, we've always been here. And our reps are out there in their face every single day, every single week.
That's great to hear.
It is. And John, I tell you what, if you see them on LinkedIn, they're everywhere. They have more energy than me, I think, sometimes. I mean, we got to talk about this, Lindsay, real quick.
We got to keep you on your game. We got to stay in front of everybody.
God. I mean, so tell us a little bit about what makes you guys different right off the bat. I mean, some of the social, you know, anybody can just go into a candidate or client and just say, hey, I got workforce for you. What makes you guys different? And I just love it, what you guys put out there.
Well, the one thing, of course, as everybody always mentions, is that they love our cookies, but they love us. They love our personality.
Oh, back up. Cookies.
Cookies. Everybody loves cookies. Staffords, we bring homemade cookies every single day.
Oh my gosh. It's one thing to pick up store-bought, but if you're bringing homemade, that's got to be some good eats.
We do. We have an oven in every single one of our offices, and we bake them every day. Yes.
Now, that's cool. I didn't know that. I've never heard of that before. That's really cool.
And it's not an easy bake oven either, is it?
No, it's not.
A little light bulb in there.
If you're not a good baker, come to Staffords. We'll teach you how to bake good cookies.
That's pretty cool. I like that personal touch. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I heard cookies and I had to learn more about that.
Definitely. I think it just the fact is just like us, like you mentioned, like we never stopped, you know, being there and that customer service and always being there for them. So the fact that they get to see us every single week, you know, and we're out there, I think that's also what sets us apart is we're not just, you got to pick up the phone and call us, we'll still answer, but we're also right there in your face and helping with employees and doing safety meetings and all that good stuff too. So
have you seen, has it been a challenge with pay rates fluctuating so much?
Yes, it has been a challenge. There has been some that have adapted really well. There has been some that that's why we have that partnership. We have to say, hey, you know, if you want the quality that you need, trust me. And like, we've got to get with the times, get with the market. Like we've got to increase pay rates. But it's crazy. Candidates come in with no experience and they want $20, work 9 to 3. Can I just leave early? And
And someone out there will probably be willing to pay them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just
Well,
because there's
you know
such a
what's
demand
hurting us real quick
personnel.
is that gig app, the gig app where you can work anytime you want. I don't know if you've seen that lately, but a lot of people's like flex schedule, especially in light industrial. You can't have a flex schedule and work like 5 hours a week.
No.
Yep.
No. I mean,
We need light industrial to keep our world going.
Heck yeah. And the demands of those jobs, it's not like you can set your own schedule. You've got to work the shift that they have you slated for. That's what makes it go round.
Absolutely. But that's our job. That's what we do. Find the diamonds in the rough. There's people out there that want the overtime. They want to work. And so that's all we can do is just plug them in where we can.
So
Absolutely.
when you go into I'm sorry, Johnny. So when you go into a client and you just show up there with your cookie and they have a low bill rate, how do you pump that up to get the next bill rate? To make
goodness. Well, first it's that you have to earn their trust. I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to trust somebody that they work with and know that it's a partnership. And there might be some times that we might not get that business because it's a low pay rate. But you know what? They're going to go try out a couple other places that are going to send them maybe not the quality that they're looking for, or maybe not the customer service that they might receive. And then we always get that call back and they're like, okay, let's talk about it. You know, like if you do these pay rates, just give us a chance. You know, let us try to show you the quality we can give you at this pay rate. And once they see that we can pull through, then they're like, okay, thank you, Lindsay, for, you know, at least just telling me to take a chance on doing that. And then now that I see that I'm getting people that don't just leave early and they're coming to work every single day, at the end of the day, if they have the numbers for their production, then we come out as the winner.
I love the fact you just said that, because so many people are afraid to walk away from business because they're afraid they'll lose the business. But it's better to do that than compromise your integrity and your rates when you know that at the end of the day, it's all about the quality that we deliver in the candidate. And if you can't do that at the level your client is asking, then sometimes it's best to walk away. And to your point, and I've experienced the same thing, more than not, that client ends up coming back to you at some point saying, all right, I tried, it didn't work out, let's talk.
You pay for what you get. So true on that stuff. And you know what, these clients, Lindsay, and what I think you guys do great about it is follow up. How many, I mean, I have clients up here that said the other staffing firms, I'm not going to name them, they never call them back.
Yeah.
They ghost them. They ghost their clients.
It's crazy. It's statistically, they say sales reps after 2, maybe 3 times, they just give up and they don't go back. We've had a fun, you know, one of my senior account managers, you know, we've had stories where the clients, like, you came by every single week and they would put a tally mark. Okay, she came by again. Okay, she came by again. And it was like the 10th time, and we got the call, and she said, you know what? I sat there, and on my little thing, I had a mark every time you came by. And
That's
because
awesome.
you came by 10 times, I want you to work with me. I want your business.
At that point, they had a dozen cookies, right, John?
Oh,
hey,
gosh.
It's you know, that's what I call professional persistence.
Yes.
You know, it's one thing to be naggy at something, but in our world, you've got to be persistent. And what you said, Lindsay, I tell recruiters out all the time. I'm like, each week, about half of your competition just falls off because they don't have the follow up or the desire to follow up. They're all right. If they didn't answer, I'm going somewhere else. So the more you stick with it, the better your chances of actually securing that business at some point. And the company that you're calling on, or the candidate you're trying to recruit, either way, they're going to see you as being persistent, but in a professional, nice way.
Absolutely.
So
you don't want to be pushy. You just want to.
I want all those people who give up after 1 or 2 tries. I say keep doing it.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, better for us.
Exactly. Yes. And you know what the best thing is? I love when other staffing firms are fearful of us. When you're on offense, it's game on. And you know what? There's enough business for everybody.
Love it when you go in and they're like, "Oh, I've heard of you. I've heard of Staffords." I'm like, "Yes, you have."
Yep, you got a presence. And you're right.
And the name says it all. Staffords. The name says it all. I mean,
oh yeah, we're forceful. We're gonna be at the top. That's always, no matter what.
Well, forceful in a proactive way, but really, you have to be if you're gonna, meet the needs of your clients. You're forceful in a way that says, "Hey, we're gonna get the job done. If you trust us to get it done, we're going to show you what we can do." And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
At the end of the day, it's never forceful, because you don't want sales to be forceful. I mean, at the end of the day, I would say it's passionate. We're passionate for what we do.
It's a good word for it.
And we want to help people no matter what. No matter if it's like candidates put food on the table for their families, or if it's the client to get them what they need. I mean, I have clients when I started in this industry a few years ago that I'm still friends with today. They still call me. And I think at the end of the day, that's what makes it all worth it.
You build those long relationships. What attracted you to this wonderful world that we call staffing?
Oh my goodness. Actually, when I first started, I was reached out to by an old regional sales manager that still works for this company. She's been here for 18 years. Her name's Sherry. She reached out to me, and I was actually a general manager for a windows and doors company. So I was doing like door-to-door residential sales before this. And
Wow.
she was like, "Girl, you have the energy. Like, just come try it." And within the first year, I was like, "Oh, I'm so addicted. Like, I love it." Like the relationships you build, just going out there, it's, B2B is a lot different than residential, but it's just that next level, and the relationships you build and getting to meet. I think the other thing, getting to see where stuff comes from and the different clientele that's in your community, that you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is made in my back door." You didn't know that. So it's cool. It excites it every single day, and it's always something different. That's the other thing.
That's for sure. Yeah,
Always
that's one of the
something
big pluses. And our comment log, Richard, is blowing up. Holy cow.
I can't even keep up with this. Look at this. Cookies are the best, of course. I'm waiting for mine. I'll give you my address. We got Lindsay Lou. I mean, there's
look at that. You got your fan club.
Big time fan club. I mean,
we are a huge Staffords family, that's for sure.
That's pretty cool. And you're right. You can build long-lasting relationships. You remember, you mentioned you have clients that are still with you. If you provide the solutions that benefit both parties involved, that tends to, it's all about providing the right solution to the client. If you're true to what they're looking for and you're focused on what they want and not trying to push something on them that is your agenda, not theirs, they tend to stick around for a while.
It's so true. And you know what I tell everybody? I'm just your supplement. I always use it like a fitness term. I'm your protein to your workforce. That's all. I'm not stepping on your toes. I'm just going to flex you and make you to the next level and pump you up. And when you say that kind of stuff, they love it.
Absolutely. I had an appointment yesterday with a gentleman that he was telling me that he was so passionate about wanting to work with staffing, but his biggest rebuttal was his corporate office. They had corporate recruiters, or sometimes he said their turnaround time would be like 3 weeks before they could get somebody. He's like, "I got people, like I got production and I need somebody." So I told him, I was like, "You just tell me when. Let's get on a call. I will be there with you. Let's talk to them. Let me tell them about all of the positive things that come from partnering with the staffing agency." It's not that we're, anything. I think sometimes people get the wrong idea of what it's like, and they don't know that we are an added benefit to their company growth and their benefits of making sure they hit their numbers and having people that come every day, and that we're the solution to them, not something that's like, "Oh, don't work with agencies." We are the solution.
And you said that very well. And a lot of companies don't understand it. So sometimes it's incumbent upon us to educate them. A lot of people don't understand what we do at staffing firms and how we operate. And you're right. I think where a lot of people get into trouble and where HR is seen as the enemy, or talent acquisition is seen as the enemy, not the partner, is sometimes that company will assign the same recs to their internal group as they do to staffing agencies. And as opposed to, okay, we can handle this group of recs. We're having really hard time with this group, so you guys work on those and we'll work on these, and then you actually partner. I think what happens sometimes is they end up working on the same ones, so they're in direct competition, and that's counter to the relationship that should be.
I agree 100%. It's a partnership for sure.
Yep.
Exactly. And you know what, John? I like that Lindsay and Staffords does. They team up together. The recruiter and the sales rep, from what I understand, you guys are a family. So many companies, the sales do their thing, push it off, and that's gone. Am I wrong or right? You guys are from A to Z.
Yep. It's a team effort. We have our clients every single week. We mentioned they don't always just see our account managers. Our recruiters also, they bake cookies, they take turns, and they go out and see the clients. Because at the end of the day, we want them to be able to see the face-to-face of the recruiter that's getting them the updates on their orders. And it's a team effort. They know the branch manager. They know all of our recruiters. They know the account manager. The account manager might be their direct contact sometimes, but it's a team effort, and we're all here just a phone call away for them. So
what a connection between you and your clients. That's awesome.
I love it. And it makes it even more exciting for like job fairs, or when we go on site and do things. It's when our recruiters show up, it's not like they're meeting them for the first time, or there's somebody that's been at the office. They know all of our faces. They know all of our team. And I think that's also another thing that separates us from the fact that it's not just dealing with one person, that they know that we're not just somebody behind the phone, that it is a whole team that's working together to help them and be successful for them.
Do your recruiters feel it gives them an edge in finding people once they've met the client and seen the environment and the personalities to
It
try and figure
does.
out, who they could and maybe shouldn't place there?
Absolutely. It changes the game completely. Because you can come back and tell somebody the environment, but it's so different when you get eyes on it and you see, okay, like I know exactly the type of person, or maybe another industry that they have previously worked in that would be successful there at their company. And then also when they come in, and they do that face-to-face interview with them, they're able to explain to them in better detail of, okay, I've been there, I've seen it, I know what they're doing. And then you can also kind of get eyes on, like, do they think this would be a good fit for something that they would be able to be successful at?
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Good stuff. Okay, Lindsay. So here it is. You're full of energy, just like me and John. So here we go. So how on a bad day, when you do have a bad day, tell the audience out there, how do you overcome that? Or you lose an account, which we never lose until we sign the contract. So it's never a loss anyway, in my eyes. But what makes you just keep going?
It's probably two things. One, of course, I have an amazing support system at home. My family is awesome. I'll call them on my way into work, or my mom always pumps me up. The other thing is, I mean, we are, like I said, we're a Staffords family. We all have our branch managers, or, our amazing corporate staff team. I mean, my director, I call her constantly, and she's a huge pep talk, and she'll say, "Hey girl, go at it." And then it's like, you got to shake it off. You can't let anybody ever know that anything's ever bothering you, because it will project, it'll mess up your whole day. And especially for our sales reps and our account managers, if they go out into the field with a bad mind frame or a bad mindset, they won't be successful. So you got to shake it off. You got to stay bubbly and excited, and keep the energy up at all times, because at the end of the day, even if there's some small thing, or as we all know, we'll go into the field one day and feel like we don't get anywhere, or we keep getting rejection, or no, we don't need today, or no, we don't need right now. Well, no is not no. No is not right now. And you never know, even though that you stopped by, that was still a seed that you planted that will, in 6 months or a year from now, they'll end up giving you a call. And that day that you thought you had a bad day, you went out there and you put a smile on your face and you talked to a specific client that ended up 3 months, 6 months down the road, called you, and then now you're working together on that day that you thought wasn't good.
Great outlook. And someone once said that, the main difference between a good day and a bad day is your attitude. And you've got to check yourself before you go in. You're absolutely right. If your head's not in the game, don't make the call. Let me ask you a question. So you're achieving, a level of success in the sales world. A lot of people want to try sales and want to go into it and make a career of it, but a lot of people can't. They fail. Why do you think so many people fail at sales?
I don't think they give themselves a chance. I think that they already, before they even come in and even like try, I think they like we just said, our mindset, our attitude. I think that is everybody's biggest competitor and biggest villain is yourself. I think if you just give yourself a chance and come in, we have new entry-level marketing reps that have started, that have thought about sales, and that they didn't know if that's something for them. And then they come in. Some, of course, they might not like it, but then we've had some that have flourished and done really well and didn't know that that was a skill or a trade that they had within themselves, that became really successful at doing it. So I think, if anything, just give it a shot, give it a chance. If you've ever thought about doing sales, it's not really, I think sometimes people get intimidated by sales because they think it's sales. It's just being genuine. It's just being you. It's just going out and building relationships. If you have friends, or if you have people that you enjoy having relationships with, it's the same thing. You're just doing it with operations managers and and warehouse managers and just people in the business world.
So many people, I think, to your point, feel like, okay, now I got to put my sales hat on, and they become someone different. When I've always said, in sales, if you do your job correctly, you never really have to sell anything. To your point, you're just having conversations and listening, and then providing solutions that you can offer.
I agree 100%.
You got a great philosophy.
We don't sell 24/7. It's just us being us. I always say at the end of the day, as soon as I hit the button at 8 o'clock, it's like showtime. Till 5 o'clock, it's like I'm Kenny Chesney. I'm on showtime. Every person's on the phone, it's getting a hug, fist bump, and everything. That's what we got to do.
We're real big. We have these mirrors that's like, it's like we always tell everybody, smile and dial. Like, They feel it. They know it. Let's do
Makes
it.
a huge
Let's make
difference when you
their day.
smile when you talk. Absolutely. When you smile,
Oh, heck yeah.
if that initial contact's over the phone, a smile transcends the phone line. It totally does.
It
You
does.
totally tell the difference in someone's tone. And that's all you have working for you when you're on the phone with somebody. So I love that you have mirrors.
Yeah. Yeah. Always
It's all
looking
about
at
that
her.
positive magnetic force. You know that, John, right? Here we go. May the force be with you at all times. See, there's so
May
many
the
words you can
force
use
be
with
with you.
force.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, marketing stuff. Great. So I got to ask you a quick question, Lindsay. So like, how's your day? Like, so it starts Monday. Give us a little bit of tips out there because you know what? We always give everybody tips.
Well,
How
my
do you
days
get
never
yourself
start on
organized?
Monday. I always start on Sunday. It's always,
There
you
you
got to
go.
prep for the week. How you're going to be successful. You can't wake up on Monday and say, okay, what am I going to do this week? You always have to prep. So,
Love that.
but it is, I mean, it's morning meetings, motivating the team. We have like our weekly, we do different, like our weekly touch bases, or we have different things with our team just to kind of make sure everybody's going on the right track. And I mean, I started off every morning just with talking to our team, trying to figure out what our client needs are and how we can best set up our week for success. And then again, getting out into the field. First thing, come in, doing our meetings and getting out there, because that's the best place to be, is out there and talking to all of our prospects, clients, showing them how much we love them and dropping off cookies.
So true.
I love the
And you know what? The tip I'm going to give you all: look at your staffing firms around you. Just look at their job board and do the shark attack on all of them. You'll have 60% of your clients right there. Boom.
Oh, absolutely. Totally.
Heck yeah. And you know
Yeah,
what?
whoever
I'm
my
not even pushing
competitors-
them away. I want them to be with me because they can swim around the sea with me. It's all good.
They can hang out.
I mean, after a while, I'm going to gobble them up. I'm not going to lie. It is like it is. But you know what? They can swim for a while. But no, I think that's what it's all about. It's friendly competition. You know what? We don't hate anybody. When we go to networking events, you know, you want to hug the people. The staffing firms that don't show up and they are fearful, that's not what staffing's about. Staffing's about there's enough for all of us. And I think that's what we have to keep teaching people.
Yeah, I agree totally. What are some tips that you give people, Lindsay? Like, how do you keep yourself organized? How do you know, what do you tell your sales team as far as, hey, here's how you should organize yourself and manage your pipelines? What are some tools that are effective in doing that?
It's really funny that you asked for that, because people are always like, oh my gosh, Lindsay is such the organized one, sometimes too much. But I don't think you can ever be too organized. I mean, definitely calendar invites. I mean, reminders on your phone. I mean, all my girls have planners that we're constantly looking at them, looking at things as far as where our client needs are coming up. We're always looking a quarter in advance. We have meetings like that it's like, okay, what's in the pipeline over the next 3 months? And let's kind of figure out what we can do to get ahead of that curve. And I mean, that's all you can do. There's several tools all around you, but you have to put in the work to be organized, I think, for sure.
I would not disagree with you. And I love for anybody who's listening, what I love that you just said is that you're thinking a quarter ahead. So you're being strategic with your clients. You're not reacting to them calling you saying, I need XYZ. You're forecasting with them so that you're ready to deliver, knowing what they're going to need. And that's something I think a lot of people fall short in, because to your point, they don't want to put in the effort to do that. They just want to sit back and wait. And that's really not doing the job.
Especially in this market, you can't do that job. Like it's changing all the time. You have to stay ahead of it. You have to.
Agreed. Totally.
So true. I got to ask you real quick, Lindsay, since you guys are in light industrial a lot, mobile app. Do you guys have a mobile app yet or not?
Yes, we do. Well, I mean, you can do the application through mobile app, everything. Definitely. You can even honestly go to our website and see what open positions we have across the whole company. So, I mean, as far as like, if candidates are going in to apply, they can get a good general idea of like, okay, this branch has a lot of forklift positions, or, general warehouse, or it kind of gives you like a general idea, I guess, of what they can expect when they come in, and to make sure that we have what they're looking for.
That's awesome. I think in the contract world, staffing firms, if they don't have a mobile app, they're going to need to get one, because specifically if you're doing contract work, you want to get that real-time opportunity list to your candidates as fast as possible and really empower them to say, oh, give them notification, this job is open, might be good for you based on your criteria, and allow them to say, yeah, I'll take that job, or I'll work that shift, and it locks it up for them. So it empowers the candidate so much more and makes it just easy. And everybody wants everything on their phone these days.
They do. And I think
right.
it lets them know, hey, I have a team of recruiters that are helping work for me. So if you come in, if you apply with Staffords and you're an active candidate in our system, anytime that we get new orders in, we'll send a text message out to your phone and say, hey, we just got this new client. It's in this area that's at this pay rate. And then our phones will just start going crazy of interest.
Smart.
But it's right there. Like you said, exactly. Everybody's using their phone. Everybody's on their phone, and everybody has their phone with them 24/7. So anything that can be a direct message to them.
You know it. And you know what the biggest thing is, guys, that we have to brand our app too. You got your Amazon, you got your Planet Fitness, you got to have Staffords right beside it. You know, the branding part of it, I think, is the key, because they're just going to tap on that every time they need a job. They're not going to another staffing firm. They're just going to tap yours.
Yeah.
As long as they get what they're looking for, absolutely. How much are you guys? How are you guys using social media, Lindsay?
Oh, we are everywhere. We are TikTok.
They are.
I mean, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Like, we're all over the place. We have so much fun with it too, and I think that's the other thing that we enjoy doing it, because it brings that team building and lets us just kind of take a quick break for the day for like 5-10 minutes, throw a TikTok video together. We're all laughing. You know, again, it brings out that positive motivation mindset of like, okay, let's all have fun. Let's make a fun TikTok really quick, and then let's get back on the grind. So it kind of breaks up the day a little bit. But no, we're everywhere.
Love that.
You guys are everywhere. I swear to God. And I got to give a shout out to Tori. Tori does a heck of a job with you guys too.
Yes, she does.
She's a good friend of mine. Yeah, she rocks it out. And you know what's great about it? On LinkedIn, I see you put stuff out there just all the time in the community, laugh and joke. And I'm thinking, sometimes I'm jealous. I'm like, damn, I need to get down to Texas, hang out with them. You know, John?
Well, they're authentic, which is what you want. They're showing their true authentic selves. And that's more important now than it ever has been, especially in our industry. People want to know who they're dealing with. I mean, think about it. We ask to get to know our candidates and clients on a pretty deep level in order to work with them. We should be willing to do the same for them and show them who we really are. And I think clearly your personality shine through, and that's what makes it so unique and authentic.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. I think it just lets us see that we're real people too, you know. Like you said, we're genuine, you know, kind of our personalities get to come out a little bit more. And because everybody knows in sales, it's not, we all have a product, we all have a service that we provide, but at the end of the day, they want to work with us because of you, because of who we are, and the service that we will provide them, and the partnership that we have, and we'll pick up the phone when they call, and this, that, and the other. So that's just it, you know.
And the big slogan is, it's not who you know, it's who knows you.
Yes, exactly.
That's all about.
Exactly.
Love that. Love that.
And it's so before we wrap up here, you have a story for us, like a good story with a client that you. I put you on the spot, didn't I? Drum roll.
Yeah, you did. A good story. What do you mean, like a good story? Like a
client that you overcome something. I mean, yes.
You know, we're in staffing. We could write a book on the amount of stories that we.
Reality
Some of
series
which we probably can't air.
Yes, that's true. Okay, a story about a client. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's those clients that you have worked several years and you finally hit that moment where you put in all that hard work and dropped off all those cookies and all those goodies and all of these meetings and getting to meet every department of a company and then finally getting that big yes. I think that we had a company that we did that, and it was a 2-year process. And it was multiple meetings, multiple appointments, multiple phone calls and hours of, you know, work. But at the end of the day, we got the deal and we work with them and we're still working with them today. And so I think that at the end of the day, that's what makes it all worth it and what we do every single day.
Wow.
Man, that sums it up right there. Johnny, any final thoughts, my man?
I have a few final thoughts. Number one, I do get to Dallas on occasion for work. So I'm going to find you guys and come by for some cookies, because now my curiosity is really peaked.
Absolutely. Call me. I'll take you to lunch.
A lot of stuff, I will take you up on that. I like lunch. What I find that Lindsay shared that I think people needs to resonate with people is, number one, you've got to earn the trust of the people that you work with. If that's not there, you can't possibly build a relationship. And I love the fact that you said your recruiters go out and see the client. And I've had that experience in the past, and I think you're right. I think it adds a level to recruiting for the recruiter that is different than just hearing about it from someone else. It can only make them stronger. So I think that's important for people to know.
Exactly. And I'm going to throw this information up. You got to reach out to Lindsay. There she
There
is.
it
Right
is.
there. You got it.
Yes.
Staffords. May the
You guys
force
do
be with
great work.
Thank
Man.
you so much. And it was an honor to be here. I'm super excited.
Well, hey, Lindsay, thanks you so much for coming on. I mean,
Of
I don't even know
course.
where to sum it up, but I'm just going to say at the end of the day, just be you, be genuine, and just have fun with it. You guys had so much freaking fun. I'm just going to say it like that. And that's what staffing's all about, having fun and helping people.
Absolutely.
Well said.
Love what you do. You don't want to work somewhere where you don't enjoy it every single day when you go to work.
You
Great
got
point.
it. Well, that's a wrap for this week. We'll see you next week. Remember, subscribe to our channel. We got new guests every week. Till next time, take care, everybody.
Have a good one. Take care. Thanks, Lindsay.
Bye. Y'all have a good day.